Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was...
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all didn't! So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was...
Oh, bitch. No, the fuck y'all didn't! So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works.
Okie dokie. All right, y'all. Hello. I apologize for being late. I had to get my podcast up. Only reason why I came in for this is because I had time before I had to start editing the podcast. So I hope everybody had a good day today. I had a good day. Thank you to everybody who asked. I sure appreciate you. Anyways, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. Okay? We're just going to get right into the mess. So we had a decent showing of shows in terms of NXT today. It was pretty simplistic. Shout out to Shawn Michaels for not subjecting me to Mandy Rose this week. I greatly appreciate it. You didn't rub salt in the wound or nothing. That was really nice of you, Shawn. It was real nice because I really didn't want to see that hoe this week. So you did me a solid, and I appreciate that more than you know, honey. Okay? Don said not we on a loop. Child, I have to get these pictures uploaded. So it seems that the feud between Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes is continuing past Worlds Collide. And with all that being said, I'm here for it. I actually enjoyed that match so much at Worlds Collide. It was such a good matchup. They were so even kill, and it could have went any way. And Trick Williams was a major proponent as to why Ricochet did not regain that North American Championship. With all that being said, they made a match for them this week, and finally, Trick Williams got his comeuppance. He got his ass whooped by Ricochet. Okay, as he should have, as the fuck he should have. He got some pieces that in so that he could he got a little kick in. He used his legs to his advantage. He looked okay. He looked much better than he did time ago, so I will give him that. He has some improvement. But once again, Trick is more about the show rather than the actual work. So when he improves and gets much better, I'll give him his props. But other than that, all you getting from me is you had a nice kick today, and that was it. And Ricochet whooped your ass as he should have. Okay. Nikki and Piper got some get back on these two bitches because they also interfered in their match at Worlds Collide, costing them the tag team titles. And for whatever reason, they thought that they was going to get away with it scot-free. And they homegirl Mandy was nowhere to be found. She pretty much left them on TV to get their ass whipped because Piper sure took it to Gigi. Gigi and JC lost, and Nikki and Piper got their revenge on these two goons. Now, this match between JD McDonough's creepy ass and Wes Lee was a weird match. For the most part, Wes Lee got off pretty well. He did go at JD McDonough with all the power he had, and he was doing his very best to maintain that. But ultimately, Wesley had a misstep that JD McDonough was able to capitalize on. And so Wesley ended up losing to JD McDonough. Despite how much offense Wesley had, JD McDonough was able to bounce back. And he was even laughing as he was getting pummeled by Wesley. It was almost as if he enjoyed it, which is even worse, if you ask me. But live your best life, JD. If that's how you feel, if that's how you feel, JD, live your best life. But he got the win over Wesley. I don't know exactly what that means for the two of them, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna be over and done with either. This looks like a feud that's gonna stay. And we've got the first of the best of three between Axiom and Nathan Frazier. It seems these two are being marketed as their local superheroes. Nathan Frazier based off of his speed, and Axiom based off of his love of numbers and anonymity. With all that being said, they actually put on a very good match. It was quite long, but they put on a good match. Ultimately, Axiom got the first pin in this best of three. I suspect that Nathan Frazier will get the pin in the next best of three, and then they'll have the final bout, more than likely on a pay-per-view of some kind. I'm leaning more towards Halloween Havoc because that is the next pay-per-view that I can remember that NXT puts on every year. Now, we also got the match between Mikko Sanamor and Roxanne Perez. Now, for me, this match didn't really have a lot going for it in the beginning. It was okay. It seemed like they were still trying to figure each other out as the match was progressing. Towards the end is where it began to really, they found their footing and they were able to start to pick up. Now, that, of course, included Praying Mantis coming in there, hitting Roxanne in her back after she lost to Mikko Satomura. She hit her in the back with that black kendo stick she keeps walking around with. For whatever reason, Cora Jade is very upset that Mikko picked Roxanne to go up against. But let's just put this into perspective. You have one of the most well-respected and one of the most decorated female superstars in the world in NXT. And she is corn. It got the juice. I can't with her. Kenny is a mess. You have one of the most decorated females in the world of wrestling in NXT. And she is not going to wrestle somebody who she believes to be dishonorable, even if you request it. And the way you requested it was disrespectful. You made it seem like you were doing her a favor by having a match with her. But you, my dear, would learn from having a match with Mikko, not the other way around. So maybe we should just go sit down somewhere and worry about the next date you're going to have with Braun Breaker, rather than you trying to go up against a heavyweight like Mikko Sanamor. Just a thought. You know, think about the next heart emoji you're going to put on your date. Oh, we went on a date. It was beautiful. Worry about that. I think that's more of your speed rather than worrying about what Mikko and Roxanne are doing. Now, final match of the night was the big boy, Tyler Bate, and Braun Breaker going up against Gallus. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see the ending to that match, so I have no freaking clue how it ended. None whatsoever. So I'm going to have to look it up unless you goons are going to tell me what happened in the show, because I have no idea. I have no clue. Now, one thing I can talk about before somebody tells me what happened is that Apollo Crews is still upset with Grayson Waller for scratching him in the eye and causing him great pain, as he put it. He talked about how he can't see into the future anymore and the vision is blurry. And then he turns around and looks at the camera and his eye is all bloody and it looks like his cornea was detached at one point. And he's just like, I don't need the future to be known. I embrace the unknown, or something like that. So it looks like we're not going to leave Grayson Waller in the trash where everybody found him. We're going to have to deal with his unnecessary, strange bravado and weird ability to just be an asshole all the fucking time. So we're going to be stuck with Grayson Waller for a while. We also got an explanation from Damon Kemp about why he did what he did to Diamond Mine. The reality is he was jealous. He was jealous because no one was paying attention to him and was, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And no one was looking at me. And so I got mad. So I hit him with a chair because no one was looking at me.
How old are you, 8?
But first, I had to make sure that that Diamond Mine imploded on the inside. So he started making sure that they were turning against Roderick Strong. While Roderick Strong did help because he's an emotional little douche too, he helped them turn on him. It was very easy for Damon Kemp to be a master manipulator, which, quite frankly, until you learn to put your balls in a cup so I don't have to see your ball sack when you wrestle, I don't give a shit what you do. He cut a promo backstage explaining himself, and essentially it was just that. I didn't get looked at. They didn't care for my opinion. They didn't really care about me. So I destroyed Diamond Mine. Diamonds aren't truly forever. And I was like, dun, dun, dun. You're amazing. Great. Everybody cheer for Damon Kemp. And then we moved on because no one cares. I didn't care when you did it. I didn't care how you acting, and I don't care now. The only thing I cared about was the fact that Diamond Mine, in terms of the Creed brothers, were excellent champions, and they didn't deserve to go out like that. While I don't mind Pretty Deadly being champions, the Creed brothers deserve better than a chair to the back by somebody who was supposed to be their mans. You feel me? With all that being said, I'm sure somewhat down the line, some get back will be coming, and we'll get to see Damon Kemp laid out, prostrate before the Lord. But whatever. Hi, Tirza. All right. And Roxanne is a better technique-wise anyways. McDonough attacked Bate after the match. Really? That's interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that. Modoc, yeah. I said that earlier, Tirza. I really did. I guess that means Apollo is not so Raven. But Kenny ain't shit, bro. Aaliyah said good one, Dry. I'd say that he's 7.5. She was talking about you saying he was 8. I mean, that's what he did. Well, so does Cora. She was jealous. That's why she attacked Roxanne. She's still jealous. I was just happy we didn't have to see Oompa Loompa and hear her fake and bake Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa. We didn't have to see and hear fake and bake Oompa Loompa tonight. I have to 100% agree. I said when the show started, I was just glad that Shawn Michaels did not subject me to Mandy Rose tonight because God knows I would have not been okay with that. Now, if it was just they didn't have room or time, they couldn't make time for her, that's fine. But if something is going on with her personally, I'm not going to be cheering that. I don't want anything to be wrong with her or anything to be wrong with her family, but I'm glad I didn't have to see her character. I'll say her character irritates me, and I was glad I didn't get to see her character because it really would have hurt my feelings that I would have had to listen to Mandela, but I wasn't going to anyway. As soon as she would have came on TV, I most definitely would have changed the fucking channel. Like, this is no lie. What is going on? Oh, that's the Jones Road flush. Anyways, Mandy. Yes, Mandy is the Oompa Loompa. I ain't even watched it. I still don't want to see Manda Horland because the social page reposted her. Ugh. Well, McDonough attacked Bait and Breaker at the same time, but Bait got attacked the worst. That was my joke. Mikko Sanamor wrestled like she's 21. Her match with Roxanne was really good. When I first saw it, there was a few things that I thought was off between them, but as the match progressed, it picked up and they did do very well. Who is the Red Hood? Any guesses? Also, do we like the name Business Sassy? Are you talking about Kiana? I don't give a fuck about Kiana and that hard titty bitch she got with her. I do not care about neither one of them. As far as the Red Hood, I don't know, but I was thinking about that the other day because I keep seeing somebody walk up to their table to get those buttons and they keep getting information. They always got a hood on and nobody else is saying anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this Red Hood? I done seen this person walk up to that table and get that button and talk to them back there for at least 3 weeks. And I'm like, it keeps happening. The first time they set the table up, it happened, and it keeps happening. I'm like, who is this? Who keeps walking up to that table? But it's gonna be interesting to see who it is. I like the little pieces that you have to pay attention to in order to see. I like that. That make you really pay attention to everything that's going on the screen and not just what they present to you. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I think that's real cute. Mandy Rose is the aesthetic that Shawn fucked on in the 90s, which is why he's keeping the title. He's keeping the title on her, and you can't convince me otherwise, ma'am. That's a damn shame. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about neither one of them hoes. I don't like Kiana because just because you a businesswoman don't mean you have to be a bitch all the fucking time. So that don't correlate with me. I don't like her. Can she wrestle? Yeah, she has skill. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like her character, and I'm not supposed to. I ain't never seen nobody with that many letters behind their name and then be dumb at the same fucking time. Her and that hard titty bitch she called an assistant can go to hell. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I don't like that bitch. I think Roxanne was nervous and rightfully so. So I think it took a minute for her to shake the nerves off. I agree. Because at first I was like, ooh, wait. They gotta get out the blocks a little bit. And it seemed like Mikko was kind of like trying to guide her to walk her through it, which it wasn't a bad match after it picked up. So it took a minute, but it got there. I feel like I could figure out Red Hood if y'all gave me clues, but maybe I'll just hold off. There are no clues to give, honestly. The person walks up with a hood. You can't see any part of their face. You can't see any part of their body. You don't even see their hands. They have a book bag on, but there's no logo on the book bag. It's just a book bag. They have a hood on. They got a book bag on. That's it. There's no clues to give you, unfortunately. You can't even see skin tone. You can't see no part of their body outside of that hoodie. The hoodie is what they want you to focus on, but even if you try to look past the hoodie and try to look at their hands or look down at their legs, the camera is strategically placed at a certain spot so that those things are not visible to you looking into the TV. You're not going to see it. So there's nothing that we could give you any clue-wise that would help you figure out who this person is. I was happy that Piper and Nikki picked up a win over Toxic Waste. I 100% agree. Because I would have been pissed if they would have beat them after they cost them damn championships. Perplexing. Let me catch up. I think I'm like 2.5 weeks behind. I just watched Heat Wave. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Jesus. Yes, you are 2.5 weeks behind. You got Worlds Collide to watch still, and you've got like at least 2 or 3 shows. Like, wow. It's a lot of wrestling. It seems like Tyler Bate. It seems like Tyler Bate, Mikko, and Gallus, and a lot of other people like Blair are sticking around in NXT 2.0, which I'm happy about. Good for them. I will say the Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes match is a must-see. I would never not tell nobody to watch that. I think you should watch it. No matter if you know the winner or not, you need... Really?
What?
You need to watch that match. That is a good fucking match. Other than that, let's get into some mess, okay? Now tonight, I recorded the podcast with my family, with Alexis and Nicole. They had to go to work tomorrow, so they are probably out like a light. And so I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff about Philly Phil, okay? Because I didn't talk about it last time, but I think I can talk on it now, okay? Please keep in mind that all this information is coming straight from the dirt sheets, so this is all alleged until there's confirmation from either side. All right? Now, let's start off at the beginning. Everybody was here when we went live after Worlds Collide and during AEW's final minutes. We all heard about Phil cutting up on the media scrum and everything going to shit. Well, it seems that it did not end when the camera stopped rolling at the media scrum and CM Punk decided to leave. Which, by the way, he left his pop sitting on the table. He also left that box of cakes and shit that he was eating out of sitting on the table. It's so odd. Anyways, he had a whole situation happen after they closed up shop with the media scrum. So the Young Bucks got wind of what he said about them, and so did Kenny Omega. to which they went to find him. Now, this is all alleged until I get confirmation that it is true. This is alleged. I can't say it enough because I don't want anybody to sue me or get all up in my mix. This is alleged. Young Bucks found them, kicked down the door where they were, and somebody named Ace Steel, which is a producer in AEW, was with CM Punk at the time because they're good friends. And the Young Bucks banged on the door, kicked the door down, according to them, allegedly, and they started hollering at CM Punk. Somebody said somebody threw a chair, and then CM Punk swung, allegedly. He was the first to swing on somebody. Ace Steel got involved. One of them, Ace Steel bit Kenny Omega. Somebody pulled his hair. This was a full-on brawl, okay? Now, as time progressed, today, this morning, more details of the fight come out, and now it has come to people's attention, according to the dirt sheets, that CM Punk is not going to be on Dynamite tonight, as are a lot of people who were involved in that fight. They will not be on Dynamite. They're more than likely going to pull somebody else to take that spot. MJF will probably be there, and there'll be a couple other people. Now, here's where the situation is getting sticky. Some of the superstars for AEW that are supposed to show up on Dynamite, that are scheduled, that were not involved in this brawl, have not showed up in the city that they're supposed to be in for Dynamite. They're not there. Now, I don't know what happened within the last couple of hours, but they seem to be having a mutiny situation going on over in AEW. And it is all because of this cancerous tool, CM Punk. Tony Khan has been completely silent this whole time. He has said absolutely nothing. He needs to make a statement to the media in regards to CM Punk and his actions. If you can find and suspend Eddie Kingston for honestly defending himself against Sammy Guevara's bullshit comment that he made about his weight and the way he looks, then CM Punk should be reprimanded for how he spoke about his colleagues in the media and the disrespect that he gave to his boss in the media as well. He should be reprimanded for this. And in my opinion, he should be stripped of the AEW championship, and CM Punk, Moxley, and Hangman Adam Page should be competing a triple threat for that title. And CM Punk would be suspended indefinitely until further notice. That's the way I would handle it. But, you know, what do I know, right? I'm just a lowly woman, right? What gets me is that a lot of talent, Tony Khan included, had a whole hell of a lot to say about Big Swole and her situation. But not one of them has said a word about CM Punk. You are absolutely right, Tirza, 100%. Will not argue that point. That is 100% true. And yet, here we are. Now, there are some talent who are speaking to the dirt sheets, voicing their opinions, but they're not doing that on Twitter openly and publicly. My guess would be that CM Punk holds more power than we think he does. And due to the fact that Tony Khan made it appear as though CM Punk is the one who holds all the cards in this media scrum, that could be an issue as to why they chose not to speak out on behalf of the EVPs. And that is also another problem that I have with this. You have now given this man the power of an EVP and anybody else that is a higher up over your company without you even giving him the title. He now knows that he can do whatever he wants and there will be no consequences because you have made it so. He can disrespect you. He can disrespect his bosses. The EVPs are over him, whether he likes it or not. They are a part of the boss regime that leads up to the higher ups. They're a stepping stone in that company. You cannot just go off half-cocked and disrespect them on social media like this in any way, shape, or form, especially in a media forum that reports directly to the dirt sheets. They witnessed it firsthand. This isn't a situation of them putting out a rumor. They saw it. They were there. They participated in it. And you gave them the keys to the kingdom. You idiot. Why are you so hell-bent on sabotaging yourself all the time? What is going on? Do you not love yourself? Do you not care about the people around you that you affect? Do you understand that this could be the end of this company? The company you claim you love, the company you claim they built themselves off of your back. Like, you knew this. You knew you were going to do this. You did this on purpose. Are you an agent of chaos and you're just coming in here to destroy everything? Because not only does this affect you, this affects every single superstar that works in that company. And let's just keep it real. It might be all kikis and jokes, and a lot of us aren't really big fans of AEW, and we've had our say about the company itself. And we all know that. That's not common knowledge. Let's just go to the bare bones about this. You have now ruined a camaraderie between these people and become a cancer in a company that could succeed in its own lane to provide people with an alternative to WWE. Now, I love WWE. I've been a WWE fan since I was a kid. I will never give up on them. I can't. And I know that sounds toxic as hell, but I just can't. I love the E. And as much as people want to say that they're done with them, I would never do that. I've been watching them since I was a kid. I've watched them through the rough times, and I'm going to watch them through the times. That's just the way that it is for me. That's not going to be the case with AEW. That's not going to be the case. And if y'all don't fix this now and get him under control, you're going to mess up a lot of people's opportunities at doing great things. People like Sonny Kiss and Orange Cassidy and people like the Best Friends, Private Party. Those guys deserve to have an opportunity to perform and not be stifled. And they like being they are. The girls like Jade, Chris Statlander. They deserve the opportunity to be able to perform and be champions. They deserve the opportunity to show themselves the way that they want to be seen. They deserve the opportunity to be seen in this company that they helped build. It is not fair that you put yourself first and you just destroy this company in the process. You leave things in your wake all the time. You're just like a wrecking ball with a weight of destruction behind you. And it's just sad. It's not even laughable anymore. It is just sad. And I feel so bad for all of the people who work for AEW because this is not on them. I could understand if the company went down because they weren't putting on decency. How they perform in their shows and what they do in their shows is subjective. We prefer a more structured form of wrestling to what AEW provides. But what they provide for the people who watch it was their form of entertainment. And you have now come in and ruined it. All because of your ego. You couldn't just keep it yourself together. You couldn't just keep your ass together. You couldn't do that. It had to be about CM Punk. It had to be about Phil. You're the only one who cares about what you and Colt Cabana went through at this point. I could give less than a damn. I don't care about any of that. And if you were truly over it and it didn't bother you, then your ass could have just simply said, me and Colt haven't been friends in a while. I didn't have anything to do with him being moved. Next question. What he do don't make me shit. So I have no issues with the man anymore. We don't have any dealings because I choose not to. We're not friends. And there's nothing wrong with that. People fall out all the time. Let's talk about this pay-per-view we just had. We just had a banger of a pay-per-view. Anybody got any questions about the pay-per-view? You could not check your professionalism at the door. You couldn't do that. You had to make this all about you. You have successfully made this whole fucking weekend about you. Overshadowed an entire pay-per-view. What did they started wrestling at 7 for that pay-per-view? From 7 to 12 a.m. From 7 to 12 a.m. You were still wrestling. The whole company was focused. And after 12, erased. Nobody's talking about the fact that MJF came back, whether you love it or not, which I don't give a shit, but it's the reality. It happened. That Toni Storm is your interim women's champion. Jade retained her championship. Nobody's talking about the fact that the trios champions were crowned. Nobody's talking about any of that shit. They're talking about you being a little punk ass bitch on your media scrum and destroying everything that they are trying to destroy, everything that they have built. Be it small or large, they built it and it was theirs, and you're trying to destroy it. Why? The only place that will let you come in and wrestle and be authentically you, which is dangerous in my opinion. And I distinctly remember a year ago, I was saying that, and so were countless of others, and we got dogged, cussed out, called every name in the book, and now look. Now look at it. He did exactly what I told you he was going to do. Self-sabotage. And I can't help but think that it's because there's something wrong, innately wrong with you personally. And you think that everybody just has to form around you, that everything centers around Phil. Well, reality check, that is not true. And if you think that Tony Khan is going to pick you over the EVPs, fine, go to war. See where that puts you. And I promise you, Tony Khan, you pick this man over the guys who have built your company, that put you on the map, who gave you the savior complex that everybody is sitting here. Tony Khan is saving wrestling. Everybody that contributed to your savior complex, you turn your back on them for Phil, you might as well take that company and shove it up your ass right now, because it's going right down the drain. Because he's going to drag you to hell. And he's going to do it willingly, with no malice. You're going to be sitting there like, damn, it's hot. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You put yourself there. If you don't reprimand this fool soon and rein his punk ass in, you're going to be in trouble. And it looks like that's already the case. I hope it was worth it. I really do. CM Punk is selfish, self-righteous, egotistical, and I said that from day one. Now everyone who was licking his ass and sucking his balls all of a sudden are calling him unprofessional, amongst other things. How interesting. I got a couple of DMs today. Diehard CM Punk fans. Very upset. Very upset and perturbed. I don't know what to tell you. This is why he didn't get his face on the ice cream sandwich. Aaliyah. She said, that's why I didn't get that damn ice cream sandwich. This shit right here. That's why, babe. That's why I didn't get that damn ice cream sandwich. Okay? Teresa said, I'm just sitting here sipping my tea and laughing. And I know I keep saying this, but I said this was going to happen. Hello, hello, hello. Some of y'all are coming in and leaving because y'all don't want to have this conversation, but that's fine by me. There was never a true comrade to begin with. Never. He would have had to have professionalism to begin with. He knows how to conduct himself with some decency. I just can't believe that he would do that in his own media. This is his media scrum with his own people. I can understand if it was like a crossover event, you know what I'm saying, with WWE, and they asked him some rude shit. What they asked him was a typical media question. While I feel like it was way off topic and they could have asked him anything, that's the media. He got to learn how to navigate that shit and roll with the punches. Right. Think about what the celebrities have to deal with. Some of them have to send the media sheets. These topics are off limits. We will not discuss these things. So that they don't ask them that, because they're going to ask them what's going to get them clicks and views. They're not going to ask them about the fucking show. Because while, yes, they sat through it, they watched it, that's not what's popping in these media streets. That's not what's driving the traffic. It's the drama. Mm-hmm. It's the sensationalism. It's the mess that drives the traffic, honey. Frazier said, I feel bad for a few select talent, namely Sunny, aside from her being my friend, and I believe in her as a talent, and they deserve so much more. But I don't feel bad for the majority of the talent. You would have tainted the sanctity of ice cream. You ain't shit, bro. I feel bad for a lot of people because there was talent on there that didn't say anything bad about the E. There was talent on there that wasn't talking shit about other people. There was talent that truly just wanted to wrestle. And a lot of the people that I mentioned just wanted to wrestle. They weren't out there acting a damn fool in these media streets. It's just sad. I hope him being AEW champion and all y'all crying and being happy about it, I hope it was fucking worth it. I really do. Because y'all fearless leader Tony Khan still ain't said a damn thing. Not nothing. He ain't said a word. He been sitting his ass in his house or whatever the fuck going and ain't said nothing. Ain't got these clowns together yet. Yet. A mess. A mess, child. This is the continuation to Tears' comment, because at first she said, but I do feel bad for the majority, but I don't feel bad for the majority of the talent who took every opportunity to dog WWE for whatever reasons in an attempt to make people believe that AEW is the better promotion. And now look, I agree. 100%. Now here's the kicker part of this whole story. They say that Chris Jericho is the one who's been trying to keep the peace. Jericho is the most sane person in this whole situation. Quite frankly, I'm not mad at the Young Bucks. I'm not mad at them, and I'm not mad at Kenny Omega. They was just simply defending themselves because they ain't like the shit he said. And as man to man, I can understand you walking up on him like, why the fuck is you talking shit about us in the media? We supposed to be on the same side, bro. He hasn't said nothing because he has no idea what to do. And that don't make no damn sense. You make enough money, at least you got enough money, so you claim that you can hire a fucking PR team, get you an HR department, something. The fuck? You just sitting your ass there, you gonna let this nigga disrespect you like that? Could not have been me. He would have been fired immediately. And if I couldn't fire him, he would not be my champion. I pull some Vince McMahon type of shit. I'll let you keep the belt, but Dynamite, you drop that bitch. Sure would. And if I can't get you to lay down for the pin, I will instruct that referee to cheat you out of that championship. I surely will. I will fuck you over. Just like you tried to fuck me over on that media scrub. Sure would. I'll pull a damn Montreal screw job in a minute. You don't want to drop your title at Dynamite? That is so cool. Because you're going to drop it one way or another. One way or another. I will get rid of you. he used to be decent because he wasn't always saying exactly what was on his mind, or he was scripted to be on the mic. What? The molted crab without a shell, child? Yes. He's the one who's been trying to keep the sides together and bring everything together. And he don't like CM Punk either. Now, I don't I don't give a damn about Jericho. But when Jericho is the same one in the damn group, it's something wrong here, baby. And if Jericho don't like you, at least in terms of CM Punk, it's a problem because he don't like MVP either. But MVP got a right to not like Jericho because of the bullshit he was saying on the internet. Okay. But that's a whole other issue, honey. I got a video of that on my YouTubies. Y'all make sure y'all go back and watch that video so y'all can hear how they was almost to the scraps. Okay. Janelle said everything that has come out about CM Punk. Does that mean he is going to end up dropping the title early than everyone thought he would? I don't know. I would imagine that he would drop the title when he's supposed to drop it. I don't see, even if CM Punk is let's say this never happened. MJF was getting that fucking title. Let's think about why he came back. If this was all a work, right? Wouldn't MJF have capitalized on the fact that he walked out of the show? Because he's that type of heel. He would have been capitalizing on that shit for months. Cutting promos outside the show and shit. Getting arrested. It would have been a whole to-do. Yeah. He went complete radio silent. Which to me tells me that this was real. This was not fake. The Discovery people had instructed them to remove him from the AEW roster on the website. They took him down. Now they was able to come to an agreement and bring him back. How did they do that? Tony Khan had to promise him one of two things: either more pay or the championship. With the championship, he get more pay anyway. You get a bonus for being on TV. You get a bonus for being champion. So he would bump up his pay either way. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he probably was like, you'll get to be champ, you'll be on TV, and you'll get a bump in pay from all of that. And then MJF probably was like, all right, cool. You know, that's just me speculating. So I don't think for a minute the title was meant to stay on Punk to begin with. Because if I recall, the last time that MJF and Punk wrestled, Punk beat MJF. So there'd be no reason for MJF to lose to CM Punk. If he does, then you'll really know what type of shit is going on here. You feel me? But I just don't see that happening. You don't see WWE guys doing shit like this. Rollins and Riddle, who have real legit heat with each other, still conduct themselves in a way that's professional because they understand what the bigger picture is. Even when Becky and Charlotte had their altercation, it never this. That's true. 100% facts. It's ugly. But Tony Khan is the one who got to clean it up. This is his brainchild. He the one who let the shit go down. So he got to be the one to sweep up the crumbs. I am on record saying that I don't like it. And if he don't fix this, them EVPs he got, they leave. They ain't under no fucking contracts as far as I recall. So they can easily walk away from this with no looking back and go right back to New Japan because I guess they was able to smooth things over with New Japan. They can go right back to New Japan and start working in New Japan right now. It's totally up to them. I don't see none of them coming to the E because they don't really care about the WWE like that. That's not a place that they want to be. They enjoy being able to control their narrative or be in New Japan. So that's more than likely what they're going to do. They made enough money to be able to sit their asses at home for a little while and not do nothing. Okay? And that's just the facts. Now, let me get my banner up. That was a whole misunderstanding. Talking about Becky and Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte talked about what happened with the belt situation. Yeah, but they know where they are and that their careers are bigger than just them as individuals. CM Punk has been on his own planet since day one, since the day he debuted on the Indies. Yeah. You going to bed now? Here, you can throw this blanket down there at the bottom of the bed. And when I move, it won't push up against you like that. Okay? You good?
Yep. You got 1 billion views on YouTube.
Congratulations. I'm glad for him.
Yeah, insane.
Anyways, ladies and gents, I'm exhausted. I did podcasts today. I did 2. I came on here and talked to y'all. Hopefully, y'all listen to my podcast because the girls and I worked hard on it. Me and Don's segment, I'm going to try to get with him, figure out his schedule, see what days he can film or rather record, and we'll get that done. And I have to get the fashion files together to record that as well. Oh, not you over being sober. There's no justifying or defending this. And the people that are saying it's a work, it is not a work. It is not a work. I cannot stress that enough. It is not a work. That is the truth. That is the way that he is. It has followed him throughout every aspect of his career, from WWE to the challenge to him working on the indies before the E. Like, people are coming out with stories about why they don't like him. It is a well-kept secret that seems a douche. A well-kept secret. That is for common folks. All right, so I am an alien superstar. Okay, babe. Whenever you say fashion files, I think of the fashion police and how much I miss them. Aw. I'm sure Tyler Breeze and Fandango miss being the fashion police. If they didn't, they did a good job at selling it. But I'm going to do some research on the fashion files. I get to take a break tomorrow. One thing I do want to say is shout out to my moms and my hubs because they the truth. And I was down bad today. I had to make cakes with my hand mixer. I was going through it. I was struggling, honey. And both of them bought me a new mixer, and it's coming in the mail. So shout out to them for that. And then my mom surprised me with a new bag from Loungefly. And I was just like, my mommy loves me. So be sure to look out for the podcast. I'm going to try and have up the first part of the podcast up tomorrow because I want to get that out. And I don't really have much editing to do on this one since it was pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and get those podcasts up. The first one and the second part, because both they're 2 parts. We started off reviewing all of the pay-per-views this weekend, and then we went into CM Punk drama, and we gave you all the perspectives from a business standpoint. We gave it to you all so that you can see it from all sides and really understand what's going on here and the severity of the situation. So I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Those of you who did stick around and wait for me to go live, thank you so much. I love you guys. And be sure to share my content, please, because the more you share it, the more subbies I get and the wider my audience. That allows me to be able to monetize my videos. And I'll let you guys know when I hit 1,000 subs and I am invited, quote unquote, to monetize my videos. I'll let you guys know which videos are monetized. So we have to, curb our cursing so I can make some coin, please. Okay? Please. Because I can use the money. And make sure that we, and all other stuff. The freestyle stuff, I won't monetize. But probably these weekly videos, the 3 videos a week, I probably will monetize. Okay? With all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. Like I said, go to the Down for the Count podcast page and listen to the podcast. We got 3 episodes coming out. We got the review of all the pay-per-views this weekend. We're going to talk about CM Punk situation. And I have the Nerd Corner. and we're talking about Saints Row and GTA, and we're going to talk about a couple other things. And Janae is on that episode, and we miss her and we love her. And then I'm going to record with Don to figure out and get his part of the show worked out so we can make sure his stuff goes up once or twice a month, so we can kind of have some filler in there. And we're going to do the fashion files. So we got a couple things coming down the pike, like I said last time, and I want you guys to be on the lookout for it. And hopefully it does well. We're going to post that to the Down for the Count YouTube, and you guys can physically see us talking about the fashion of the E. Okay? With all that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Probably tomorrow, because tomorrow is Freestyle Wednesday. So I'll see you then. Okay? Have a nice night. Bye.
Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Sac Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe, and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.